There are two types of guys in this world: the guys that settle and the guys that choose. The guys that settle are the guys that lack confidence. They lack an identity. They don't know what they're capable of because they've never pushed themselves, they've never challenged themselves, and they always choose what's comfortable. They're the guys that fall upwards, as I like to say. They're the ones that stumble into a relationship where they're with a girl that's out of their league, and they put up with all the negatives in the relationship, and they ignore things like if you don't have the same values, if you don't respect or trust each other, or if you don't want the same things in the future, because they want to hold on to how attractive that person is because they're not confident that they can replicate that success in the future. Then there's the guys that choose. These guys have an internal confidence, they have an identity, they know who they are because they've done the due diligence, they've gone through the growing pains, they've been rejected by countless people, and they didn't take it personally, and they've persevered. And they know the types of women that they could be with, that they could date. And the shitty thing is, these are two sides of the same coin. You have the guys that settle, and they're with this person, and they always wonder, what if, right? What if I could do more? What if I could be better? What if I could be with that girl? But they never figure it out because they never push themselves. The guys that choose, on the other hand, they know what they're capable of. So when they do settle with the person, there's this temptation of like, I could replicate this success. It's a different urge, it's a different temptation, but it's a temptation and an urge nonetheless. Somewhere along the lines, we overcorrected. We lost sight of what was important. We went from trying to instill a confidence and an identity in men in an attempt to fix this dating culture that we all hate. And it's become about how hot is the girl that you're dating, and how many lays, how many bodies do you have? And it became about sex being this objective measure of success. And that's not what relationships are about. That's not what love is about. That's not how success in dating is defined. You can sleep with a terrible person that's not good for you. That's not success in my eyes. That's a step in the wrong direction personally. And then you gotta ask yourself, who are you doing that for? Because I don't think you're doing it for yourself. I think you're doing it for the person you heard it from on YouTube or on Instagram, or you're doing it to impress the people around you. I think it's just a show. It's just part of this broader game that we all hate. So why do you keep doing that? I think we need to redefine what success is in dating. It's how you communicate with somebody. It's how you carry yourself. It's what you sacrifice for that person. It's the trust and the respect that you show. Success is finding somebody that shares your values, that shares your beliefs, that wants the same future as you, because otherwise, what are you doing? And that's the problem with both sides, is that the guys that want to settle, they ignore everything around that relationship. They ignore if that person doesn't trust them, or if they don't respect them, or if they don't want the same things in the future, because they're holding on to that trophy, right? That beauty, right? They're not focused on all the intangibles that actually matter. And the guys that choose, yeah, they have a lot of options, but they keep choosing it based on the wrong objective. They keep choosing it based on how hot the person is, or how good the sex is, or something along those lines. And we're still missing that same thing. We're still missing the values. We're still missing the connection. We're still missing the things that matter, that lead to success, that lead to the family, that lead to the kids, that leads to the successful life that the both of you want to have together. They're both doing the wrong things, but in different ways. They're both missing the core things that really matter. And the reason that I say that one side settles and one side chooses is because, yes, the side that chooses has more options. And if I had to choose a side, it would be the side that chooses. And that's because there's this ability to filter, there's this ability to walk away, because you do have that confidence, you do have that identity, if you're doing it right. And that leads me to this question that I've been asking for a while, but I haven't had the answer to until recently. When you find your person, does it get easier? Does everything else dissipate? Does all the distractions, all the lust, the temptation, all of that, does that disappear? Do the blinders come on and nothing else matters? Unfortunately, the answer is no. All that stuff still exists. You still have to deal with it. And that might seem like a terrible thing. but I actually think that it's a good thing. Some people would say that being able to choose whoever you want and sleeping with whoever you want is some sign of power, right? Like it's this thing that we should aspire to have, right? That we glorify, that we want to be envied. It feels good to be envied. But I would argue that it's a weakness. I would argue that it shows a lack of self-control, self-discipline. See, when we're with our person and we know that they're our person, there's a reason why all of this still exists, and it's because we have to give that up for that person. I'd argue that it's more powerful to give up all of those things for that person. Part of love is sacrifice. And that's what we're doing here, is we're sacrificing all of these things that we know that we're capable of doing, all these people that we're capable of being with, to choose this person as our person. I would argue that it's more powerful to give up all of these other things to be with this person. I know that's not something that you would go and like say to your partner, like, I could be with all these other different people and you should be grateful for that. And that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying that it's your sign of respect. It's a way of showing love. Like we always talk about how when we're in love with somebody, how we want to give them the world. You want to give them the life that they want to have. You want to build a future with them. You want to build a family with them. We want to give them everything. But we never talk about how important it is to give up the world for somebody. Because the world is filled with lust and temptation. And yeah, you can just go to the next person. But are they going to be your person? Like you're choosing this person for a reason. And I believe it's Proverbs 31. Beauty fades. It's about more than that. It literally is about what's in here. It's about the person that's going to stick with you until the end. It's about the person that wants to build the family with you, the future with you. And not just your future, the future that you guys share together. It's about having the person that's going to be with you through thick and thin, the person that's by your side when things are low and who's cheering you on when things are going great. The person that is willing to be by your side when you're down to your last dollar trying to create a world for your family. I know we don't do a lot of sacrificing in today's world. I know that temptation's everywhere. I know that you open up Instagram and no one's wearing clothes at this point. It's ridiculous. And I know that it's hard. And that's why I'm making this video, is because I don't want you to pass up on somebody who is good for you for some bullshit because someone on Instagram or YouTube told you that you had to go date the hottest person, or that you had to go have like 50 bodies before you settle down, or something stupid. Like, it's not about that. It's about who cares about you. It's about who loves you. It's about who shows you affection and who has the same vision as you, who lets you be you. So yeah, you shouldn't settle. You should find somebody that's going to help you build your empire and build your family. And that takes growing pains, and that takes being uncomfortable, and that takes getting rejected over and over again, and developing certain social skills, and developing confidence and identity. And I want to help people do that on this channel. That's my goal. And for all the guys on the other end of the spectrum that are running around trying to sleep with as many hot girls as possible, like they're racing to some finish line that doesn't exist, that doesn't fulfill me. That's not what I want. I don't want to be in my 30s acting like I'm 23. I want to have a family by then. I want to be with the girl of my dreams by then. And I'm telling you, she ain't in that bar and she ain't in that club. I want the woman who understands my vision, who wants the family that I want, who wants the future that I want, that's going to help me be the best version of me, the best father, the best husband. I want somebody who is going to help me create a business that I'm proud of, who's going to help me accomplish my goals, who's going to push me to reach my potential. And I want somebody who wants me to do the same for them, because I want a partner, I want a teammate. I know what I want, I know who I am, and it took a long time. I'm almost 27. We're all on this journey, and it's a different pace for everybody. It's a different experience for everybody. I don't know about you, but I I was made for more. I want more than this, and I'm not here for this game. I used to be the guy that settled, and I got out of my shell, and I started going the other direction, and that wasn't it for me either. And it's because I went from here to here, and I need to be here. We all talk about how we hate this dating culture, and everybody just wants to sleep with people, and it's this whole game, yet we still play into it. If we want to fix it, guys, we have to quit. It's a game. They call it game for a reason. We need to quit. Stop living this life that other people are telling you that you should want. Know what you want and pursue it. That's why you turn around and you see a bunch of these people that are like getting married now and are having kids now, and you're like, why am I in my late 20s? Why am I in my early 30s? And like, where is this for me? It's because we've been dicking around, guys. We've been dicking around, you know? And we're made for more than this. But it starts with changing your mindset. It starts with changing your goals. It starts with changing your objective measure of what success is in a relationship. I know what I want. I know who I am. I know what I want in a partner. I know how I'm capable of loving somebody and the future that I want to build with them. But you have to stop and ask yourself, what do you want? We're all at different points. Some of us are settling and we deserve more. Some of us have overcorrected and we're lost in the sea of lust and temptation. And we need to find our way back to here. Because if we're going to fix it, we got to start at some point. And I hope that you follow along. I'm going to try in this channel as hard as I can to change one life, two life, as many lives as I possibly can, because I'm on this journey myself, guys. I'm trying to be the best version of myself that I can be, and I'm trying to see what I am capable of by the time I die. And I'm just enjoying the ride. So if that's something that interests you, consider subscribing and following me in my journey, and hopefully I can help you. And if you enjoy this video, if you enjoy content like this, hit the like button. It helps me out a ton, and it helps me spread my message. And until next time, God bless.